Hey guys, good morning. It's Jonathan with One Big Impact. We're actually here today giving you a video on day 11 of the 30-day challenge. We're looking to lose 30 pounds in 30 days. We're calling it the 30-30. Thanks to my little buddy at work. She came up with that idea to call it that. Apparently I didn't even know. I just jacked the idea from her, which is great. Thank you, Alexis. Which is actually a previous Atkins dieter with me. We actually were on it together a while back, which is really cool. I wanted to cover 3 tips with you today. The first one being realize your weaknesses and build on those to make them your strengths. What I mean by that is, like I showed you the other day, I had a weakness for almonds or sweets or whatever, so I can't leave them in my fridge necessarily in my room because I'll accidentally eat them at night. It's not an accident. You don't accidentally eat anything. But my thing was, I went and ran across the street and put them in the bush. I actually forgot about them. I just realized I left those almonds over there. I should probably go get those. Anyway, so build on those things to make sure you know yourself. You know, if you're buying your kids ice cream, you're going to go to the fridge and eat it. I'm a little bit past the ability to be persuaded by my own mind to be able to fail like that, because I already know my triggers. I know things. I can buy my kids stuff and I'm not going to eat it, which is actually really cool because sometimes in the beginning that's really hard. I recommend if you're just starting this and you haven't done the Atkins before or a low carb diet or whatever, you should probably keep a little bit tighter noose on those temptations, because you're not going to be as strong in the beginning. And you might be. I mean, I could be wrong, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. That's great. But if you control yourself in the beginning a little bit more to make sure you find out what your triggers are and what gets you actually to fail and stuff like that, pay attention to those things and be able to build on those to make them your strengths, not your weaknesses. Number 2, if you're not going into ketosis, like I wasn't going into ketosis, I was definitely totally screwed up. I'm losing weight, obviously, but I wasn't going full-blown into ketosis, and some days were really, really bad. Like, I didn't even get close to ketosis. A lot of the times I would pee on that stick and it would get worse than it originally was. It would get lighter. So, I was like reverse ketosis. What I realized yesterday is I actually went to, I don't know why my meals were all screwed up, but I had some like meat and cheese that I stopped and got in the morning. And I was actually at breakfast time, I was at Walmart, and I was shopping for all my stuff, and then I got home, and I think it was like maybe about 12 o'clock by the time I ate the farmhouse scramble. And shortly after that, within a couple hours, I had eaten my little almond bar, and I ate it very slowly. I wanted to savor it because I don't give fruit or anything, and nuts was really nice and stuff like that. So I realized a little bit after that I ended up at the gym, and I spent a good 2 hours there. I walked a couple miles pretty aggressively. I did one arm day and my one side of my back because my other arm's all jacked up. And I got home and it was about 6 o'clock, and I'm like, what have I eaten today? So I actually wrote it down and stuff, and I had only eaten the one snack and the one meal, and I was really hungry, obviously, because I went really hard at the gym. So I made my lunch was with that tuna and snap peas and stuff like that I told you about yesterday. And then I realized I checked my ketosis levels right before eating, and holy crap, I was like moderate. It was like right way up there, and I was like, okay, so what I want to tell you about that is, if you're not going into ketosis, you're probably doing something wrong. So I figured out yesterday, by not going into ketosis, I was probably off my mark somehow, so I need to reevaluate, what's going on. I must be doing something a little bit off, whether it's my coffee I'm screwing up with, because I actually switched my creamer and that may have helped, I'm not sure. And then just different things. So maybe I was eating too much. I think I'm going to back it off a little bit and see what happens as far as weight loss and stuff like that. I figured, here's the thing. If you stay busy, you're not going to realize that you're not eating as much. So if I recommend 5 meals a day for most people. But if you're not going into ketosis, try backing off one or miss a snack and see what happens. Check your levels. Because if they're going in, your food's off. You're doing something wrong. So you need to reevaluate what you're eating. Maybe instead of 1 cup of salad, or instead of 2 cups of salad, do 1 cup of salad and see if that helps. Number 3, get active. And this is not just for Atkins or for any diet necessarily. Just get active for your life and for your future. If you're not doing 30 to 45 minutes of exercise each and every day, you need to. And the reason you need to is because your body's going to shut down. If you're diabetic, if you have psoriasis, if you're overweight, if you're not overweight, if you stopped working, if you're retired, if you're young, if you're old, if you're small, if you're short, you're fat, you're tall, it doesn't matter. Get busy. Do something. Clean the house. A lot of people don't realize if you vacuum your house and you do the dishes and you do laundry and stuff like that, a lot of those things are extremely effective as far as cardiovascular is concerned. You'll work up a sweat or walk around a track a couple times after dinner, go on a walk for 30 minutes. You'll be amazed what you actually see. You'll see the world in a totally different light. You'll actually get to see a nice sunset and you'll be like, wow, what was I doing this whole time? So get active. Just do that for your own good, for the sake of seeing your children. If you don't have children, for the sake of seeing your neighbor. Maybe they enjoy seeing you or talking to you or chatting it up, or somebody at work likes to have you around. Don't always feel, like exercise is such a burden, because don't think about the exercise, think about the experience that you might have. You might have a good conversation when you're walking down the street with somebody randomly talking about trash or litter or whatever, and that's part of the human experience, and that's what gets you out there and gets you social. So you guys, this is actually day 11 and we're 15 pounds down. We're halfway there. I want you to stay tuned. Tomorrow we have day 12. We have a weigh-in. I'm at 208 pounds. I started this diet at 223. I started my original weight loss at 340, got down to 275 with just diet and exercise, and then I went low carb from 275 and got down to about 206. So we're a pro, and I bounced back up to 223, which is not good. But we are now gaining on my original threshold, which is like 206, 207. So that's literally my lowest weight. We're shooting for, I think it's 193 or 194. I have it written down, sorry, on my calendar. But if this video helped you, please let me know. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And again, this is Jonathan with One Big Impact. And remember to spread love, not hate. Peace.